I've also got Tan and Ash on as well, because they're superstars trainers and make sure that we ask all the questions that we need to ask, and et cetera, and just to celebrate you some more, which is amazing. So Hayley Miller, you are the champion of FBFM's first online transformation challenge. You're $1,000 richer. Yeah. You are 10 kilos lighter. You are 2 dress sizes smaller. You are on fire. You're confident as hell. You're even wearing like midriff showing stuff to work out. You're wearing shorts. Like, it is incredible. And you haven't worn shorts for 10 years?
No.
And you're now feeling confident enough to do that. You got to tell us, how are you? How does it feel? How was the challenge?
I'm feeling fantastic, and it has been such a breath of fresh air to feel this good and just feel confident and happy and this elated. It's been awesome, honestly.
Love it. So tell us about your 8-week challenge experience, please.
I think at the start, I wanted to fully commit and to really take it all on, but I was a little bit skeptical at how am I going to eat all this food? There's so much food. I'm not going to get through all these calories. And then I think it was one of the IQ sessions where it was being about, if you're in debt, you spent it. If you're fat, you ate it. And I was like, well, you obviously got to this weight, so you've eaten it somehow. You'll manage. You'll be right. So I think sort of working through that process and working through that whole thing of working out a balance between your low calorie foods and your high calorie foods and enjoying all of it. And that was it took a little bit of time to work through that. But once I got it, it sunk in really hard, and I was at a comfortable balance, and it just went the whole way through. So that was a nice sort of wake up, I think. So, yeah.
So to lose 10 kilos and drop 2 dress sizes in, not that we use scales though, so I'm sure you're just
no.
Yes. To do that in 8 weeks, you've had to have starved.
Oh, 100%. No, I'm kidding. We've had, but obviously we're on a mostly plant-based diet, but we still have burgers, hot chips, chocolate, homemade pizzas. We ate so much bad food, but we just did it differently. That's all. And we didn't miss out on anything. I can't think of a single food that I was like, oh, I really wish I had that, because I ate everything I wanted to eat. It was awesome. So
amazing. Did you go through periods of stages of lack or feeling hungry or anything like that? Or did that never kind of happen for you?
I think I went through a little bit of a phase where I felt like nothing was happening. So I started to reel in a little bit, going, oh, maybe you're eating the wrong food, or not eating the right foods enough. So I felt myself drawing back in a little bit and maybe going a little lighter on the calories instead of reaching my target. And it wasn't until Ray was like, hey, what are you doing? You're not listening. You need to pay attention and actually listen and, go through the process. Because if you just go back and start starving yourself, you're not going through the whole process. You're not learning what you're meant to be learning. So once we sort of had a chat about that and sort of thought about what I was doing and why I was doing it and got back on track, that was a bit of a learning curve as well, I think. But yeah, once I got through that process, and I was like, you don't need to starve yourself. You just need to keep trusting it and keep going through, and it'll happen. And it did. So yeah.
I love your husband. He is so wise.
I do too.
Lucky. So tell us, then, did you consistently see results, or did you go through lulls, or tell us about the experience?
I feel like it sort of went like this. I feel like it also not like that. It sort of would stay and then it would drop, and then I would stay for a little while and then I would drop again. It wasn't this constant down. I feel like I just had to, and that was when I think the first time I started to slow up or, go back on my calories was when I started to plateau a little bit. But then I dropped, and then I plateaued, and then I dropped, and I just had to sort of get in my head that, okay, you're going to plateau, but then you're going to drop. So just keep following, because it'll happen eventually. You just got to keep going. So yeah.
Love it. What are the top things, tell me as many things as you want, that contributed to your success?
I know that we were sort of big on if there's something that you want, put it in your calories. And I think I took that on board and I was like, okay. But I think the main thing I did was I tried to find an alternative instead that would still hit the craving that I wanted without spending, you know, calories on like a chocolate bar. I would find something like I would make a chocolate smoothie or something that would still hit the chocolate fix that I was after without sacrificing all the other calories that I could spend it on with like lunch or breakfast or dinner or something else that I wanted instead. So that was my big thing that I held on to, was trying to find alternatives instead of giving into those bad foods. And the other thing was just a routine. I am a big stickler for routine. So I tried from day dot to find something that was going to work, and it was working in with our family and our life so I could maintain it. So I made sure every day I got up and did morning gym and in the evening gym. And I think just, making sure that you get up and put your calories in for the whole day in the morning so you know what you've got. So I just tried to make it as foolproof as possible for myself, so I couldn't just go, oh, I don't know what I've had for lunch, I don't care. Like, I'll just put in what I think I had. I knew exactly what I'd eaten. I knew exactly how many calories I had at the end of the day. And I just tried to be as close as possible to that every single day. So
amazing. I love Tammy's question. She's used this one before, is that, so to have such an incredible transformation over 8 weeks, did you have to completely like rechange your diet and clear out your cabinet, your pantry and your fridge and rejig everything to get the success that you had?
No, not at all. Didn't do anything like that.
I
just had everything was just a smaller portions, or just more balanced throughout. Instead of eating an entire bag of chips, I would either get a little bowl, put them in, and know that was finished after that, or like the little packets. So I gotta have the empty packet syndrome, chuck it in the bin, you've done, you finish that, move on with something else. So that was the only sort of thing that I changed, but nothing, that the contents of my pantry or fridge have not changed. Just the way I go about eating them have changed.
That's incredible. What was your biggest learning over the 8-week challenge? What are the biggest learnings, or learnings, as many as you want, from the challenge?
I think just having a healthier relationship with food and loving my body, and just sort of learning about my body and sort of how it reacts to certain foods, and how it reacts when I exercise as opposed to when I don't exercise. Just little things like that, learning more about me and how I react to certain things and how I feel after I do certain things was probably my biggest, I guess, learning from the whole experience.
That's awesome. What was your biggest challenge over the 8-week challenge? Pun intended.
My biggest challenge, probably, I don't know, I think initially it was kicking the old habits, kicking the pantry snacking and the really mindless, like, little picking off the kids' plates when they're sort of having their lunch or whatever. I think it was just trying to kick those old habits was a bit tricky at the start. I think that was probably one of the bigger challenges to overcome, is getting out of that older headspace and getting into the new headspace. So
love it. One thing I really love about and respect about you, Hayley, is that you always show up, and you're always so committed and consistent, and you are always the first one online ready for your boot camp, or you're always the first one. You never missed an IQ session, I don't think, and if you couldn't make it, you then caught up on it. And for those of you that don't know, IQ sessions are like information webinar type sessions that we do every Thursday night, and they run for 30 minutes, and they're based around fit, healthy, strong, in all those forms. And so you honestly, you soak up information, and you're just so eager to learn, it's such a breath of fresh air. And one of the reasons why I'm so glad and so stoked that you won, because you didn't just invest in your body, but you also invested in your mind. And that's something I really want to commend you on, because that was really cool.
Thank you. I think that was another important thing. I really wanted to change the physical aspects of me, but a huge thing I really needed to change was the mental aspects that I was having issues with, because they were very much connected. And I think I realized that as well through a lot of the IQ sessions, that a lot of the issues I had with my weight and physical appearance also had to do with issues that I had within me mentally as well. So they were such a massive help.
That's awesome. I'm going to open it up to the other girls already. Do you girls have any questions that you would like to ask Hayley? Pretty please. T-Pop's always ready for questions, surely. Oh, Ash is unmuted. Oh, go girl.
Did you surprise yourself in any ways of what you were, I guess, kind of like what you were saying about what you learned about yourself? Like, was there any ways that you surprised yourself of what you were capable of, and like, how do you think that would change your mindset, like moving forward after the competition?
I think in terms of surprising myself, I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised at how much my fitness improved. And even down to when we had one of those, I can't remember which day it was, but we had a burpee, massive burpee session. And I think we ended up just doing, we had to pick between an advanced, intermediate and beginner burpee thing. And I challenged myself and I said, no, you're going to do the advanced one. And I did it, and I completed all of it. And I was just so surprised and happy that I sort of managed to do something that if you had have asked me last year, there's no way in hell I would have ever done anything like that. So I think my fitness has been a big surprise for me, and my running as well. I've been improving so much on my running, and I really want to pick that up and keep going with it while I'm sort of on the right track with it. So that's probably been my biggest thing.
So cool. Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Incredible. T-Pop, have you got a question for the champ?
I do have a question for you. And it's a little bit loaded because I know how plugged in you have been into the whole community, but it's a twofold question. Do you think you could have done it without the community? And do you think you could have done it without, if it was just one element, if it was just food or just exercise, do you think you could have done it with those, with either just one of them?
To answer your first question, absolutely not. The community is amazing, and I cannot begin to thank everyone for how supportive and motivating and inspirational everyone has been. It's just been a massive team effort to get everyone, across the finish line and to try and complete as many goals as possible. And I've kind of forgotten the second. So I definitely could not have done just one aspect of this, because I think it has to be a joint effort. It has to be a 100% committed effort in your entire life, and you have to balance it all. It can't just be one end or the other, because it's kind of pointless if you're eating really unhealthily but exercising. Like it just doesn't feel right to do one or the other. I think you have to do them both together.
Correct answer.
It was a test. We were willing to take off the champ status on you. So from winning this challenge, what has that now done for you and for your family?
I think our whole family has just been transformed, because we all have so much more energy, and like we're getting out and doing more, and just within me personally, I think I'm a different person now. I'm way more confident. I think probably the most confident I've ever been my entire life, just within myself and my self-confidence. And even, as you're saying, like I wore a crop top to one of the gym sessions, and the whole time I was like pulling it down, but it was still something that I really had to work up to do. But I wanted to do it because I need to keep pushing those boundaries that I'm a bit scared of. So, but yeah, I think as a whole, like our family has just been improved dramatically by this whole experience. It's been amazing. So.
That's awesome. For who do you think should be doing the next challenge? Is there anyone in particular that might not think of doing the challenge or anything like that? Who would you suggest to do this?
I was just anyone could do this, and I think it could be beneficial to almost everyone. But I think who I would personally love to reach out to is the people that felt the way I did and wanted to do something but didn't really know where to start and didn't know how to go about it, and just desperately wanted to deep in here, but just couldn't quite get the oomph to get it going. So I feel like anyone that's just sort of sitting there, not sure, on the edge, like, just do it, because I guarantee if I can do it, anyone can do it. So, yeah.
Incredible. Ash or Tanya, do you guys have any more questions?
What are you most excited for now, like moving forward into these next 4 weeks and then the next 8 challenge and beyond? What do you feel excited for?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm excited to see what's next. Like, I'm excited to see what else I can, I don't know. I'm excited to see what my next goals are and see what I can push and what more boundaries I can break and bring down. And I don't know. I think that's pretty much about it.
Actually, I do have one quick one, and it's just because we know how amazing her hubby is. What would you say to all the husbands out there for how to support their girl?
Just be there and listen to them, and just be the rock and help them and help them with their goals. And if you feel like they're sort of starting to slump, just give them that a little bit of an extra boost. Tell them that their butt looks great, and tell them that they're looking amazing, and just give them all the love and support, because it is a friggin' tough time going through a transformation, and it can be amazing sometimes, and you can feel, a bit sometimes if you don't quite reach your goals. So just be supportive and loving, and just help them as much as possible, because that's what I had, and it was the best. Yeah.
I really love how Bray was kind of like when you go to a temp in bowling and they put up the bumpers. I love how Bray just like, and for those of you that don't know, Bray is Hayley's husband, and he just helped to keep you on the track that you chose. He didn't want you to, like, it wasn't that he chose it for you. You put your goals in and you set upon what you wanted to set upon. But he was the one that was like, no, you're supposed to eat more, so eat more. And I just love how he's kind of like your bumpers, and that's really, really, it's a special relationship.
Yeah, it's such a perfect analogy, because that is exactly what it was. And even down to like, I was looking at buying activewear as like a surprise present for myself, and then I got an email, and he actually logged onto my wish list and bought it all for me as a well done, keep going, keep pushing, you're almost there present. And it was just a nice boost of support to keep me going and keep me pushing on. So it was just, it was really nice to have him be such an integral part of this, because it's changed our whole family, and he was there to help. So yeah.
And I'm asking this question on behalf of our single members. Does Bray have a brother?
Don't want him. He does, but he's unfortunately married. That's it. Sorry.
I'm totally giving Bray a big head here. I'm sorry, Hayley. You're gonna have to deal with that later.
I know. What are you doing?
Oh, that's really awesome. What else do you want to tell us about the challenge? Is there anything else that you would like to mention, or anything that we haven't covered that you think would be important for anyone that's considering doing the challenge, or anything like that?
I think the only thing I would sort of want to add is that if you're thinking about doing it, you have to commit, and you have to trust the process, and you have to really listen to what people are telling you, because there's so much information out there, and there's so much, I think, false information too, and you should do this, and you should only eat certain foods and cut these certain foods out. Like, you just need to commit, and you need to take it all on board, and just let it take its course, and just trust the process, because it does work. And even if it's a little bit slower and you don't feel like it's working, it is. You just, it doesn't take a day. It takes a little bit, and you have to get through it. So, yeah.
That's incredible. Oh, what about, I want to know, how did you feel taking the first photos, and how did you feel taking the last photos?
The first photos was a little emotional, very overwhelming, and I didn't even want to look at them. I was so embarrassed. They're still even posting them, like when I was finished, it was still a little raw to know that that's how I did look. But when I took my last ones, I was so friggin' excited. I was so happy to do the comparison and to see the difference, and to see what I had accomplished and what I had done, only me. And that was really cool to sort of watch that transformation of being completely embarrassed and not wanting to show anyone, to be like, F yeah, look what I did. Look how good I look now. So that was really cool.
That is so awesome. And the cool thing is since we released your photo to the public on, I think Thursday it was, my phone has not stopped ringing because I've had people go, oh my God, I'm in. Like, I've got to do this. I've seen Hayley's transformation photos and I'm in. And like, so I just need you to understand the power that you now have had to inspire so many other people in your position. Majority of these women people that I've been speaking to are mums. So that's even more exciting, and that your reach doesn't just affect your family or our current FBFM family. You're changing and saving people's lives. You don't even know.
That makes me so happy. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh.
Because the reason why it's so powerful to us is that we can see the change in you. You can see the change in you. Like when we first hopped on, we were all saying, who are you? Like, you are not the Hayley we met 12 months ago now. You walked in our doors, and it's just if even just 10 people can get even just a smidgen of what you've had in this transformation, our world would be in a much different place. And
that makes me so happy.
I want to thank you for, first of all, for trusting the process. Exactly what you said. You dive head first in, and you so trusted the process, and you just surrendered to it, which is incredible. And the results have come through, and you're a perfect advocate for this. And we're just so proud of you. And the champion status could not have gone to a more perfect person.
Thank you guys so much. It's so lovely. And I think it's really nice to sort of come through and win, but to have the support and have such inspirational people to sort of motivate you and push you along has been an absolute godsend. And you guys have been amazing mentors, and I cannot thank you enough, because I think, like, I changed a lot personally, but without you guys being there to encourage and to support, I don't know that I would have gotten through as much as what I did. So thank you so much. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Ash or Tanya, did you girls have any other questions or statements or anything you'd like to add?
I just want to add how excited, because I'm thinking of your two precious little girls, and I'm thinking of them as a mum standing in their kitchen, that their future's different now, because you've got something to pass on, that you've got a legacy now, and that you're going to raise them differently. You're going to raise them around food and around movement differently, and it's really exciting. I can't tell you how much that excites me. So congratulations, and thank you on behalf of those precious little girls and the other mums that are going to be able to do that for their children as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
How will this change for your parenting of two young girls? How does this now reform, your parenting of them?
I think I don't want my kids to feel the way that I felt, and to have those insecurities, and to have those feelings, those negative feelings towards food and dieting, and be, I don't know, I just want them to know their full potential, and to be able to choose healthy options, and have a good balance between, moving and eating good, but still, as you said, have a balanced diet, eat the chocolate, eat the popcorn, but just, don't stuff your face like I have. So, and just, I don't know, I think moving in general, and just getting outdoors more, and just enjoying life more, and not sitting around because it's too hard, or you just can't be bothered. Like, just get out there and grab life, and let's have some fun and make some awesome memories. So, yeah.
Incredible. Ash, did you have anything you wanted to add, sweets?
I'm just so excited for you. Like, honestly, I just could hear you talk about this all day. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, congrats, and honestly, just so stoked for you.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I think from us as a trainer's point of view, a trainer and a coach, is that, like, it doesn't get any better. We seriously could have asked for any more. Like, not only have you had the physical transformation, you've had the mental transformation. You're stunning. You look incredible. I can tell that you feel incredible. Like, you can't hide, you can't fake that stuff. And this is just like, you're like an A-class student. This is awesome. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much. It's so lovely. Thank you.
I guess, and this is probably a big question that a lot of people are wanting to know is, as you are $1,000 richer, what do you plan to spend what are you planning to do with your $1,000?
Don't know yet. There are a couple of contenders. We would love to really do up our backyard and like make that a really nice sanctuary for summer. But the other option was like a really nice weekend away from the kids, because lockdown has been a little bit hellish. So we're still deciding.
Love it. Well, if you do go the backyard option, I do want like a little FBFM plaque somewhere there.
Done. Lock it in.
Maybe I could send you like a photo or something that you could just like
It'll get framed up on the wall. Done. Lock it in. All done.
I thought you would have been wanting a statue, Shez.
That's a really good one. Just not me peeing, please. I want to be the peeing water feature.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Well, Hayley, thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you so much for smashing this challenge. But the cool thing is that what other people don't know is that you did start this journey about 12 months ago. You walked through our doors. Over 12 months, you've lost over 20 kilos now, which is incredible. So that put that into perspective. 10 months it took you to lose 10 kilos, 8 weeks it took you to lose another 10 kilos. So that is phenomenal. And the cool thing is, I love that you never felt deprived. You never starved yourself. You ate chocolate, you ate popcorn, you ate pizza, burgers, you ate Oreo chocolate. And so I'm just really, really pumped for you and really grateful. And so congratulations. And again, thank you so much. You are inspiring people that you don't even know exist. We're just very grateful for that, because our mission at FBFM is to create a disease-free world, one person at a time. And disease-free is free from mental health, free from coronary heart disease and all those things that can be avoided through health and exercise and fitness. And so thank you for being a huge part of that, because through your help, we're getting a lot closer to our mission. So thank you.
Thank you guys, because I couldn't have done it without you guys. FBFM is honestly has been life-changing for me. So thank you so much. I really, really can't thank you guys enough.
Well, thank you for finding us. Well, ladies, if there's nothing else from any of the other ones, the other girls, we can wrap her up.
Cool. Thank you.
Wrap her up. Well, thank you, beautiful girls. Enjoy your Sunday evening. I love you all, and really, really appreciate the time too.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Hayley.
Bye.
Bye.